daughter told the family I was abusing her and then lied to a CPS worker at the family barbecue in front of 40 people. I was humiliated and terrified they'd take my kids, so I made her go live with her father that same night. I, 32, have had this happen at a family barbecue over the weekend. Admittedly, my judgment is very clouded currently due to overall frustration on my end, but I've been told I'm the a-hole. So, I need an unbiased view. I have 3 kids. 14-year-old son, 13-year-old daughter and 2-year-old daughter. Originally, I guess I kind of chalked this behavior up to normal adjusting to the baby and change and whatnot, but it soon blossomed into full-on lying and validation/attention-seeking behavior. Again, a lot could be normal? I have no idea. My daughter has been seeing a therapist for 9.5 months now. When I had my 2-year-old, my 13-year-old swooned. She was absolutely in love with the baby. Tried holding her 24/7. Constantly playing with her. Constantly asking if she could help in any way. In all aspects, our home life was kick butt, honestly. I took the older kids out for one-on-one dates twice a week, family nights every Saturday, movie nights every Sunday, and everything just seemed normal and loving. But about a year ago, my 13-year-old started to act out tremendously. Getting into full-on fist fights at school, became a severe bully to literally everyone, including her siblings, me and my husband. Started getting incredibly bossy, demanding and entitled. Started saying things like I fully expect princess treatment because I deserve it, or you guys should listen to me because I am the queen. This started as a joke, but she quickly took on the persona. She just went south. Even toward the baby. She started intentionally trying to scare the baby by running up and screaming while the baby was unsuspecting. Would start laughing hysterically when the baby screamed. Ripping things out of the baby's hands constantly and saying mine. Tried getting the baby to hit people. Kept sticking the baby in the corner when she was barely walking because the baby wouldn't hug her. Would slam doors or throw things when I told her to stop and that it wasn't funny. Started calling us all fat or lazy, saying things like it's a good thing at least one of us in the house is gorgeous. I literally am the only one here who is attractive. The one-on-one dates I had with her turned into screaming matches and silent treatments, because she wanted me to splurge and spoil her with hundreds of dollars worth of stuff and I wouldn't. The one time I did, I brought her to get her hair and nails done and spent $280, and within 2 days she ripped the nails off and expected me to go pay for them to be redone, and that following weekend she rough chopped her hair and then told me to get over it when I commented on how much money I just spent to get all that done for her. Caught her vaping, which she blatantly lied about. Ran away from home several times. Caught her making social media accounts under fake names on 9 separate occasions. She just turned 13 and we have a no social media like Facebook until you are 14 rule. She is now grounded from all electronics, gaming consoles and tablet, until further notice. I do think all of this is directly contributed to her friend group. They are not good kids, at all. All of this is why I put her into therapy. She still fights me to go and it takes over an hour to get her in the car every single time. With that said, she's actually been doing good for 2 months. Attitude hasn't been as bad, bullying has cut back, no more running away, etc. She's picked up drawing, and on my lord is she absolutely fantastic at drawing. She's even sold some paintings. So, there's good and bad, but it seemed like we were on the mend. Anyways, we go to this family barbecue over the weekend and honestly, we do not see my family much at all, outside of my parents. Most of the people at this barbecue were people I had not seen in 8+ years, and a lot of them had never even met my oldest kid because they've just never been around. I think we only knew like 6 people out of 40+. It was super uncomfortable and my anxiety was through the roof. My daughter even commented on it and asked me if I wanted her to go out to the car with me for a breather. I told her it was fine and that I would just go, because she was hanging out with a cousin that was her age and I just didn't want to bother her or disrupt her time because of my anxiety. I stayed outside for about 10 to 15 minutes, and when I came back inside the atmosphere was just off. People were either openly staring at me with disgust or just avoiding me completely. Originally I thought it was just my anxiety making me think stupid shit, so I tried to brush it off, but then my aunt approached me and told me she needed to talk to me in private. My aunt is a CPS worker. She asks me, so what's going on? And I ask what she means and she goes, well, Kimmy just told us that you yell at her all the time because she won't watch your baby for you and that she's always cleaning the house while you and the boys sit on the couch and watch TV. I told her that was absolutely not true and she cuts me off and says, I'm sure that it's also not true that you don't let her have a social life either because you need her home to help you with the baby and clean the house? Have you considered getting yourself into therapy? She told me that you cry all the time and barely get out of bed, and you know I am a mandated reporter, so I have to report this. I just walked away, got my kids in the car and left without saying anything to anyone at this point, and when we got home I told my daughter to pack her stuff. She acted super confused and kept asking why, and I had a bit of a moment and lashed out, telling her that I had never been so disappointed in my entire life and that because of her and her lying and manipulation, my aunt was now going to call the state on me and it was time for her father to step in because I was done. I had already contacted her dad and he was on his way to my house to get her. She had an absolute conniption, which is to be expected. She originally tried saying she never even talked to my aunt. Told me she had no clue who I was even talking about. But when that didn't work and I told her that I knew she was lying, she gave a well, I was just angry that you wouldn't let me go to Hannah's this weekend, Hannah being the friend who gave her the vape and Hannah's mom being a woman who was trying to help my daughter come up with a plan to sneak out to her boyfriend's house, knowing I don't allow boys here or her to go to boys' houses. She begged me not to send her to her dad's, said she would stop and try to do better. Even threatened to end herself and said that it would be my fault. I still sent her. My ex, her father, my husband, and my mother are all on my side here and back me 100%. But I have gotten some super hateful and ignorant messages from other people, like my CPS worker aunt, saying that I have failed my kid and to not be surprised when my kid hates and has nothing to do with me when she turns 18. I need hard truths here.